Well, in the last year, the Green Bay area has seen a sharp increase in the number of refugees who have been fleeing the war-torn African nation of Somalia.
And if you had to pick one place here in northeast Wisconsin where the impact has been felt most acutely, it would be in area schools. Fox 11's Robert Hornacek on special assignment again tonight has more.
Somalia is an African nation ravaged by civil war for the last 20 years. Now, hundreds of refugees, including many children, are coming to northeast Wisconsin. We spent the last week gathering stats and talking with educators about the new students and how the districts are trying to make sure these new residents feel at home. This is not your typical pre-algebra class at Green Bay West High School. About half of the students are Somali refugees.
The first time I came here, I saw the snow. I was like, oh, what is going on here?
Yusra Ali and her family fled the Somali capital of Mogadishu in 2007. They spent 3 years as refugees in Egypt. Last year, the family moved to Green Bay. In that time, Ali says the Somali population has boomed.
First, when I was here at West High School, it was like we were 4 girls, I guess. And now we are more than that. We are 20 Somali people here. One of those new students is Hamde Isse. She was a Somali refugee in Kenya. In 2010, her family moved to Virginia. 6 months ago, they moved to Green Bay.
We found out that this is a good place. We want to settle, find a home, and the school is better here.
According to the Green Bay School District, at the end of last school year, there were 18 Somali students in Green Bay. At the end of this year, there were 220. Many of them speak little to no English. Julie Seefeld oversees the English Language Learner Program in Green Bay.
When you have students coming in who do not have English as their first language, that presents challenges for educators.
The students are spread out across the Green Bay district, but the highest numbers are on the west side, near the mosque where many Somalis worship. The Howard Swamico School District is also near the mosque. It too has seen a large increase in Somali families. Last year, the district had 10 students. This year, there are 48.
I think word of mouth does spread quickly, and so it's nice to know that the families aren't feeling forced to come here, that they're wanting to be here.
Both school districts have hired Somali interpreters to work as teachers' aides.
They function primarily with classroom support, but they also are the bridge then to the families.
Green Bay started with just 1 Somali aide. Now there are 3.
I can guarantee you before 5 or more. It just grew so fast.
Abdul Nur moved to Green Bay in 1990.
And my passion was to help Somali community and Brown County would be like this.
Firdausa Hussein is another Somali teacher's aide in Green Bay.
I think everybody's just trying to kind of put their heads together and see what they can do to just make the children feel more comfortable, because it does take a process. I mean, this is a new child that's new to the country, has probably never gone to school before, and coming to a new setting of environment, that's going to be a ground for anxiety. So I'm just there to smooth up that anxiety, to help along the process.
In Howard Swamico, Adan Hure was brought in to help Somali students. He's lived in the U.S. for 31 years and recently moved to the Green Bay area.
A lot of people are now realizing that this is the best place for their children.
We want all children to be successful, and we have all the supports put in place that those children would need.
Vicki Dossler is the principal at Howard Elementary School. She says she's not surprised to see Somali families moving to the area.
When you are known as one of the 100 best communities throughout the United States for families, people are going to pick up on that, and of course you're going to get an influx of families because that's what they want for their children.
There is an added impact to local school districts. Besides the addition of Somali teachers' aides, classes have gotten bigger.
Our teachers have taken on working with more students. You know, their caseloads have increased. They've had to adjust, work with bigger groups of students. But you know, in these tight budget times, we couldn't keep hiring staff. So we're doing what we can with the staff we have.
Since the Somali population has grown so much so fast, the English Language Learner Coordinator in Howard Swamico says it's hard to plan for next year.
All of a sudden you might have 8, 9, 10 families registering within a week in the middle of the school year, or a week in, or maybe it's going to be over the summer when teachers have already been hired and class sizes have been determined, and so now you have a class size that maybe was supposed to be, let's say, 18 to 20, and you might have to stick 25 kids in there. You know, do you hire? If you do need to hire, then, you know, that is an added cost.
But Abdul Nur says the costs are well worth it because for refugees, education is essential.
We want them to graduate high school, we want them to go to college. Someday if the country, there's no war, I want them to go back. I want them to go back home saying, hey, you know, I made it. Then talk about where did you go? A place called Green Bay.
According to the latest statistics from the federal government, in 2008, taxpayers gave $15 million in grants to help local school districts impacted by refugee children. More than $137,000 of that came to Wisconsin. This year, one of those 3 teachers' aides in Green Bay is being paid for with a grant. For more information on the Somali community in Green Bay, go to our website, fox11online.com.